Right, this has taken quite a little bit of manoeuvring. Yeah, it is. I've leased two of these. I was going to get two of them. You could sort of make it work, but it is very finicky. I had to look on YouTube because I couldn't make this pop, but you can. You've got to get very close. This is how the vintage auger pack works. You literally attach it to hand. Although it's got an engine, it's not really got an engine. It is a hand push, hence vintage. So you have to put a tractor. This obviously I had to get this very close to the VGA. So yeah, this was a little bit. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a shame it's not on both sides, but it is what it is. We got it to work. Yeah, it's taken quite a few minutes. You really don't want to know how long it's taken me to. That is, mind you, I've always said that about belt packs. I think that always going forward, I'm going to have to learn to do that. I've got the second one for when this is a long way out already. It's going to stop working at some point. Then we're going to need to pull that in and put that in there. Luckily, obviously, this has got the adjustable height thing. There's a lot of right. I've got to let go of that. It won't let me do anything. Yeah, there's a lot of things. It's this big one of the two. It's also you can only do certain things at certain times. Yeah, you can only sort of do this sort of thing when it's in this mode, and then you have to do that and make sure the hopper's on, and then it'll be working. So yeah, it's a little finicky. So what I'm going to do is I am going to I've obviously got this going in 23 tons. It's been quite quick. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to keep the cameras rolling. And the other thing is I'm going to say, while I've got a moment, and while this is busy sort of doing this, is obviously I've started here. Now I am going to move. I've said that in the last video, so that I'm not trying to make this home. I know we're going to lose quite a bit of money. I've luckily got that mod where you don't lose an awful lot. The old. You'll lose because of age, and you lose, as in the age of how long this has been here. You lose value for that, and you will lose some value, but not as much as you would with base game. I've got that mod that reduces that. But yeah, what I'm thinking is, Chad says there's some good fields at the top, and I'll make a change. I love being near the shop. I always have. It's been one of those things of mine. It's once you've got your stuff from the shop up to there, we always have field triggers. It's not really going to be that tricky, so it's not probably a bad idea. 25 looks the smallest. Yeah, that's sort of precision farming. While we've got this moment, I've got to do that. Actually, it's not precision farming. You have to click on the field. Oh wow, that is a beautiful field. Chad, you are absolutely right. Wow, it's 96% loam. Wow, 22 and 25, amazing. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that is bad. Field 1 is also. So yeah, if you was going for the biggies, then 16 would be the one that's There's not the big ones up there aren't good. Oh, yeah. Oh, Gordon Bennett, none of them. Yeah, all of the 25 and 22 are good. Chad, you're right, definitely. Stop looking in the middle, though. Because it's no good having, like, two fields and then all the others are terrible. But then it looks like all of the big fields, every single one of them isn't stupendous. Except the, 24 that we did have. Even that? No, not really. That's not bad. But I'd sooner have 120. That's the super duper bonus. Yeah, actually, I've got to be honest, it looks like that nearly every single big field it has got Barb Field 4, which is not bad. Yeah, the odd, very slight little hiccup, but it's almost like they have been designed so that they're not super duper. So yeah, there's that. I think Field 1 seems to be the very worst, though. It really is. Yeah. So 25, 22 and 16 are a goer. And so would 17 be, to be honest. 21's also good. So yeah, that section there, the top section, I concur with Chad. How much would 22 be? 233 and 173. So I think 25 first. How much is our field worth? I know it's a lot less than that. I think it's about half. 87 it is, not even half. So we've got to do some work. We've got 72,000, but we've still got headers and stuff to buy and things like that. But yeah, we'll use this grass. This is our base, so we're going to hit the... that stops now. Right, okay. I'm going to go off camera for this because it is so finicky. What's that? Oh wow, it did it. Oh, I'm going to need to unload here, aren't we, to get rid of that, because we can't stick that in the... That's the only thing. We're leaving a bit of chaff around. Yeah. I'm sure you can unload here. Oh, of course. No, it is my land. I own the periphery. Let me just switch this on. Now that's a bit annoying. So will it let me? It will not let me force tip there, which is strange. Will it let me do it on my own land? Because that is supposed to be our land. We bought the periphery, but it will let me load there. Unload there. How bizarre. So although we own the periphery, it's like as if we don't own the periphery. Right, okay then, so now we need to go... Wow, it didn't do a bad job though, did it? No. Stop unloading. It does the auto unload, doesn't it? Otherwise it's going to get... Right, so now... Yeah, I'm going to go off camera because this is really faffy and it's better to do it with a tractor, it really is, and then do the last little bits by hand. So I'll do a show because, yeah, I suppose it is. Those who don't wish to... I am going to also start... I had a conversation with a viewer who I shall not name at present because I'm not sure if they will allow me to use their name. Yes, in this time of GDPR, I want to check my comments to make sure they are happy for me to use their name. But, yes, I do agree. I've never been a massive fan. It may seem like I'm a huge fan of time-lapse, but I actually do prefer talking and doing. But you cannot do that all the time. You would drive your viewers crazy and also have absolutely nothing to say. I mean, Frithgar is... Yeah, he is a good speaker, but yeah, sometimes on some of his where he just talk. Yeah, I think he drives everybody crazy because he's trying to find something to talk about, and you can tell he's trying to find something to talk about. Right, let's just try and yeah, this is going to be easier said than done, actually. Doesn't have a very strong movement thing, this. Yeah, that's why I wish to try to do my absolute utmost with the tractor, because it's, yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. Sorry, car. Needs must and all that. No, I think I'm going to have to move the little belt system out of the way. Nowhere near as easy as it looks. I'm going to stop recording for 10 minutes because I don't want to waste your time with this, and then I shall switch it back on when I've got everything back how it should be, so I'll see you shortly. I thought for those who haven't seen the vintage auger pack, it wouldn't be a bad thing to literally show the attaching process. You can obviously see the PTO there, but it doesn't pop until the very last second. It's one of those things you think it's quite a long PTO, which throws you out. If you see it in the videos, it is long, so you'd think, oh, it pops about there, but actually, yeah, it's got to be in that unfolded position as well. Yeah, look how close I am, almost touching then you can attach it, then it shows that, then everything will just work. As you can see, that is, the quantum can't quite be in the right place, or otherwise that would literally... Now, the guy that did the video on YouTube, and I'm sorry, well no, you can, you're right, you do it from the tractor rather than the... okay, you can't move it once, you've got to get it in position beforehand. So yes, I think that is, yeah, even at its lowest position it's still going to be higher than the belt, so I might be able to muck around with the quantum and that. So yeah, I wanted to show that. Let's just muck around with this a little now, because it should now really, yeah, obviously the quantum really isn't in the right position. I've always felt that belt systems were finicky, but they are fantastic as well, so to move. Yes, the only trouble with this, the vintage is even more faffy than normal, because I should, right, smash it. Because obviously you've got to detach your tractor, but it's also cheap as chips. Although I needed, yeah, you need all of your tractors. That is the. I would have thought. Yeah, we're not far off, so we just need to detach that. If I can jump in my own tractor and jump back into the belt system and move that along a little. And it's, yeah, the versatile one, apparently the other one, the John Deere, the smaller of the two, now that is the right way. Now this is forwards for backwards and backwards for forwards, so it is a bit, I would have thought yes, but you need the tractor to be attached. Listen to what you're saying yourself. Right, this is going to be finicky. It is, yeah. So we are staying down here only to make a bit of money, enough to move. At which point, yeah, we need to have quite a bit more than we should have, because I'm going to lose value over the BGA. That's why I don't really want to do anything else other than just the BGA. I don't want to be putting sheds down, as I was discussing. It was afterwards I thought, it should, if I'm correct now, work. Ooh, okay. No. Is the other end then not quite right? Can you drag? No, you can't. Oh, you can a little. It sort of pulls it a little. Would you do this in real life? Probably not, but I'm just trying to see if we are... I would say the end of that is over the hopper, where am I a little far out? Is the quantum not quite right? So let's have a look. Oh yeah, I think it's shifted a little too far now. I'd say that's about right. So is this end shifted? Do you know? Belt systems, the bane of my life. Doesn't seem to be liking that. That should be picking up for that. So everybody's attached. It's a bit... Right, okay, so why did that turn itself off? Let's see, am I right? So far, so good. Right, let's have a look. Yes, let's have a look. And you're getting to that one. And you are getting to that one. And that one doesn't seem to be quite in the right place. So that means we're going to have to detach. Oh, finicky. That... Right, so this one here isn't quite in the right place either. Yeah, you can't tell if it's going in, but it's... Yeah, that is true, right. So, we need to detach. I'm going to leave that there, because there's not going to be much movement. I think there's going to be... Yeah. Now that little patch there is going to get in the way. They say they're not very strong to steer. Little things get in their way a lot. Right. Do I like? Do you know how much time? I thought I'd got plenty of time to record a session. It's nearly it's nearly go to work time. Right. So. Just goes to show. Now that looks about right to me. At least that helped us with seeing that it was about right though. So let's... Right, smashing. We're in business. Right, hopefully that's going to get us a good way, because this is right. Actually, this is nearly right. Let's speed up time. I can see we've nearly caught up with it. Let's take that to 360. So we're going to keep on top of the silage. Should be get an hourly tick up as well for the energy. Let's keep that a steady bit until it runs out, and then we'll slow time down again, like now. Wow, that didn't take long for us to run out. Yeah. Turn on conveyor belt. Now, it's amazing how your brain gets used to what you've just been using, because now it's forward is forward and backward is backwards. Right. Yeah, right. I think what we're going to need to do, because I can't keep affording to stretch yet more and more of these, and because we're going to run out of tractors soon, we could use another one of those. Quantum is fully extended, so that is... these are so finicky that... Yeah. Can I get away with a little bit more angle, but not a lot, to be honest? I think we would need another Quantum, which I've leased. I didn't buy. Or do we just grab the front loader and just keep... Yeah, I've got half an hour. This is a pain, because this entire session is going to be spent with me doing this. It is, but then this is the nature of the beast. So, right, it's a shame we've not got a larger bucket, though. What is the largest bucket you can get in front loader tools? It's not big, is it? We've got a 2-tonner. Yeah, that's the Ruby. 2003. I don't class that as a massive increase, really. To 27, 3110. Would this be able to cope with the weight? That's the trouble, isn't it? 8114. Yeah, 2008. And that's for stones. 3005, the universal bucket. We can have a go. Let's lease this again. Right, okay. I'm gonna, yeah, we're gonna grab that. If I, oh my life, if I like it, I'm gonna buy it. I apologise for this, but yeah, we'll go grab it. Yeah, beggars can't be choosers, as the old saying goes. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna have to do now. That's just, yeah. I didn't realise the Kubota was so slow. The Kramer that I have on... Why do I always struggle with Thornton Revamped? Always struggle with that name. Always, it takes a few seconds for it to pop. Yeah. Now, I'm hoping that this can cope with this, but it is a little large. And a very wide. It's sort of useful, but I mean, this is a proper front loader, so it has got weight built into the thing itself, but I'm still not sure that that's going to, yeah, sorry car, that was a little bit naughty, but yeah, I'm a little bit slow, so we shall have a look. They say this has got weight built into it, obviously a lot of weight built into it, so we shall see. I'm not so sure we're going to get away with it. What we're going to do is I'm going to literally move that down with this. This shouldn't take too long, really. Also, that is one fantastic thing about that new which I often complain about, which is that where it pushes it. Well, this is really when that is actually meant to be used, isn't it? Truthfully. Yeah, now like pushing. Ooh, well, no. But wait, how can you cope with that or not? Now is the moment of truth. Well, it seems to be alright. Right, let's go and switch that back on because it shouldn't be far off. Turn on conveyor belts. Yes, it is on. Right, so... yeah. This is what always does annoy me about belts, because we've not shifted everything else, and it was happy a few minutes ago. So why all of a sudden now? We've not detached any tractors. We've not... this is not... yeah, this has not been moved. We're not... right. That's going both ends. Yeah, it is. Or is it? Or is that not quite? Yes, that's going, isn't it? But then why is that not going? This is what I really do with a passion, because it sort of... there's so much faffing around. So why are you now not unloading when you haven't been moved? And why? I was going to say you should be popping at that. Stressful, stressful. See, that's happy with that, and it's obviously offloaded into that, so why is that not popping in the hopper? Or is that saying there's enough size in there, but it's not got 75 tons, so... right, let's take this to 12 o'clock. Because at the very least it would actually reduce that. Oh, hang on a minute. Have I even switched the BGA on? I don't think I have. So this could be Wally in charge. Switch everything on. Right, now that is actually processing. That's still not actually doing anything though. Let's switch that up before everybody starts shouting at me. So that offloaded into that, so that should have some in it. So if that was in the right place, it should just pop. So perhaps it is slightly out. So if we stick this in the right place, it should actually just empty the its internal storage. It's not wanting to turn at all, no matter what I do. I can go forwards and backwards, but it's not wanting to turn. Right, so it was, yeah, it did have it. Yeah, it isn't. Okay. No, let's switch that off. Let's grab the tractor and let's shift it a little bit. I'm going to do this off camera because this is going to wind you up almost as much as it is me. I thought I'd literally start the cameras. Yeah, I've been having so much of a mare with the belt system. It's stopping and starting that. I thought, you know, sometimes you've got to like just yeah, I think you've got to go simplistic. I've got to be honest, and it's not a lack of experience with belts. I have over the years used them an awful lot of time. They are so finicky. They sort of work, then they don't. They work, then they don't. You switch them on, you switch them off. You move them, it works. You don't move them, and then it doesn't work. And you think, well, I've not moved anything. Why is it not working now? So I think I'm going to go for this partial belt offloading into something like this because, yeah, it's a lot simpler. It's so finicky. Now that offloaded into the hopper, you know, the offloading area before, now all of a sudden it's not. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is keep one of the vintage augers to offload into the back of a trailer, and we bought the ground pickup. The quantum is being leased, but I don't want to waste that. Yeah, the stuff that we've got in there. So I think if I think rightly, has that actually got anything in it? If it has, we can, yeah, literally put that into the area and it'll offload into that. And then if we send this one back, once it's done that, do we know which one it is though? That is the point. Yeah, that is true. Does it matter? It probably does. No, you're looking in the buying section. You have a habit of doing that and thinking, lease. Yeah. Belt system. Did we empty that? No, we didn't. So we need to empty that again. So if we can't, yeah, it won't actually work though until this is what we need, right? It is. Let's send one of those back. Just one. It doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter whether we get the right one or the wrong one. Return yes. And of course it is the wrong one. Of course it is. And then we shall buy this one. I hate it when you get into a bit of a tizzy. Right, and purchase. Yes, I do. Smash in. Now we don't want that, but we do want to offload that. So let's unfold, grab a tractor on it and drag it out of the way because we don't need that at the minute. So I'm going to literally set that up in a much more simplistic way, but we're going to grab the front loader. I will buy that bucket if it can cope with it, or if we can stick a weight on it, either or, definitely. Right, so front loader. Ooh, what on earth is happening to the motor? Is it leaning against the wall or something? Right, so if we open the bucket, ready to accept, should get that offload into this. It says, I'm going to try that actually, so I'm hoping that should work. Really is a somewhere to dump into, so I should have thought it would. Yes, I've pretty much almost work time, and I've had about an hour and a half, and this is an hour and a half's work, but I've got absolutely nothing to show for it. Well, we got a slight tickle, didn't we? I suppose that is true. It does work. I did think it would, but don't want to waste anything, because obviously this is all effort. It really is, more than I would have liked as well. So yeah, right, let's stick that in there. In fact, let's be ultra realistic and actually stick it in the real hopper. He says as he still misses. Not bad though, yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Right, so then, what we're going to do is, can use the floor pickup. I do like this, it's amazing. And then we're going to use one of the vintage pack, which we're going to have to leave ourselves plenty of room in here. Or do we go the other way now? It's a point. It's not a bad idea actually, thinking about it. Yeah, I'm getting all confused now because obviously the vintage auger is the wrong way. Yeah, it goes the complete opposite way. So I could really do with, yeah, let's drag it. I don't want you to give up the will to live. Right, let's grab the motor. That can drag that. Yes, so this is about the biggest size, and you can see it is a bit monstrous. Can I sneak past that? Or I can sneak above it. Yeah, 3 dimensions. Please tell me that is a... Now that is a pin hitch. I do hate that when it doesn't let you do what it should do, but hey ho. Let's grab a tractor. No doubt that will let me do that. Yeah, I have seen this before. There was another trailer that had got a pin hitch and it wouldn't let you grab it. Right, yeah, I'm going to do this off camera. I'm still going to drive you crazy getting this into position, so I'm going to see you shortly. Yay, my type of belt system. Let's belt that off into that and take it with... Yeah, we have got most of it out actually though, to be honest. So, yeah. It's obviously hard economy, so we're not going to earn a fortune from it. It is really terrible. Everything is. That's what I say. Everything is going to take a lot more effort for us to make the money that we normally would do. So, yeah, it's not as cut and dry as it should be. Right. Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying, I don't get it. It wasn't out of range. Why did it stop? And this is my thing against belt systems. I do love the idea of them, but the reality is far from... They just literally stop for absolutely no reason. Nothing moves. And then it just stops. And then you move, and it starts. And you like think, well, why did you stop? Because there was no reason to. Really strange. Right. I say I do love the idea of them, they're fantastic, but I've wasted an hour and a half for probably a 15-minute recording max with me trying not to bother you too much with, like, yeah, being on camera for all the faffing around, which will drive everybody crazy. And you've got to ask yourself the question, how much of this could I have offloaded? This was not a massive, as we know, it's only the grass off this field, was not a massive amount. So I love that trailer. That is something that is amazing. Yes. Now then, will we get all of this in that, or will we need to move it and come backwards and forwards a little bit? Look, it's got a good range. I do love the S710. It is absolutely amazing. For range, yeah. I'm sure we'll get all of that, but it's looking quite... Say, how much are we getting in that trailer? Oh, I think we will. It's actually grabbing it from the back of that. Or maybe a little tiny bit that we can't. Oh, no. No. It is grabbing that as well. Right, this is where we need to do a bit of manoeuvring. Yes, I have done this before on a few. Again, I am not a stranger to belt systems, truly. Like you ought to think that, because it's not true. Right. Ooh, have we reached the capacity of the trailer? Is that why we are not doing anything anymore? No. So again, why have you stopped? So you've got a tractor attached. Do you know, seriously, I just don't... Do you know... Yeah, let's go and empty what we've got. First time I've ever had this trailer, but I think this is part of the grooming pack, isn't it? That's... I'm not... I want to say Pepe 978, but I'm not sure back. Let's see, how much have we got in? I think quite a lot. So let's speed time up as well, now that it is processing. And watch the hopper go down and tip that in as well. Oh, no, I did buy that. There's no leased equipment left now, is there? Oh, the front load of tools. Am I going to buy that? Are we going to need that? Will the 2-tonner be okay? Yeah, wow, the tick-ups are terrible, aren't they? I was right. This is going to take quite a while for us to... make any headway on hard economy, which is why I've been trying to stick on normal such a lot, but yes. The other thing is, I'm going to say, I've allowed that stupendous radio tower. I am going to move to more normal, but with the traction of having to buy a little bit of equipment, so not for realism, but more for... Right, let's turn that down. Yeah, right, let's grab some last little bit, stick this in, and then we shall sleep, rest till morning. Did I do all the fertilising? Yes, I did. I remember actually, yes. Right, let's grab the last of this in. Yeah, let me finish what I was saying. I'm a terror for that. Yeah, I am going to change the radio tower for a less fantastic tick up. I've done that to allow for the fact that we needed a little bit of growth, or we would never have got off the ground. But I didn't want it to be the full year that I usually do. Right, that's for some reason not popping there. That's my work alarm going off. Right, I'm going to pick this up tonight, so I'm going to see you all later. I wish I'd have shown you that. It's done that trick where there was a little bit of the yeah, a bit of the Gordon Bennett, you know, word brain chaff, and it destroyed, I would say, 2 or 3 tons worth of silage. Yes, because it does that funny thing where it sort of destroys it, then changes its mind that it's got silage, and then it destroys some of the silage. It's the same as, I remember seeing this the very first time with Daggerwin on Horbelleron, when he actually used a loading wagon to... Right, switch that off. That's done now. That's a shame, because we really can't afford to be wasting things. But yeah, it does. I saw it on Horbelleron with Daggerwin, where he used a loading wagon to go into a silo. It destroys a huge amount. I did it once myself to try it, and I was absolutely horrified. Yeah, I would say we had about almost 10 tons left in there, and now we've got 624 litres, so that is awful. It really is. But I shall, yeah, we'll allow it, because then you've also got balancing things like that that's bringing in stupendous amounts of money, which, as I said in this very session, well, earlier today, because this is like later on in the evening, back from work now. Yeah, I'm trying to rack my brains as to what to do as well, because obviously we've grown our grass, so we're going to obviously use this as our... Now, did I actually set this as selling? That's one thing I do want to say, but I think it does it automatically, doesn't it? The energy, if I remember rightly. No, it doesn't, you wally. So how was I getting a tick up? If that wasn't selling, how on... Is it an hourly rate from the radio tower? Yeah, we are going to store that, definitely. In that case then, we should see what the tick-up's like on hard economy overnight. So, yeah, let's get this shifted somewhat. Yeah, I'm chuffed with our setup. A little bit disappointed in the Kubota because of its speed, but then I suppose that's because my first front loader was a Kramer, and it was fast. So I think it's a bit of an anti-climax, isn't it? It's not... Right, detach. Yeah, it's not because I don't like the Kubota, it's because I think my expectations were high for it, based upon what I'd already done. Yes, I'm a little bit unsure as to what we're going to do. I am going to do as little as possible to this, and obviously I think I was saying that the radio tower is a sort of play balance. It isn't going to stay forever, because it's sort of distorting what hard economy is a little, but I needed to try to draw in to buy a few pieces of equipment where it wasn't driving you crazy that it was going to take 3 years. I have been on the old stream farm. That was quite exhaustive, which is why I haven't played hard economy since, but I think with the mods we've got now in the game, and my superior knowledge, as it was, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah, not it is, but there are better mods around. Better, yeah, no, yeah, there are mods around. I mean, that BGA, stupendous. We've had that in many Let's Play, and it is, in fact, yeah, that was one of the last things I placed in the old stream farm, and nobody came back because I'd shifted everything, and this was the very episode where I brought this in that there was no. But yeah, everybody was really upset with what I'd done, which is I have learnt my lesson from that, which is why I've advertised in the fact that this is not home. This is a temporary stopgap because we couldn't afford the fields at the top, not and have equipment as well. So this is one of the cheapest fields, and so therefore we bought it so that we can get off the ground, and then when we've got enough money, we're going to expand, by meaning we're going to go up to the top to those fields that we looked at in this very session. Right, so have we... Yeah, just want to make sure. I'm also of two minds. Though that is, I am going to return that. I was going to purchase it, but I'm not. So we're going to make do with the 2-tonner, and also we are going to use the belt system for this. So the Kubota. Right, I don't think for that we're going to use it a lot, and for 2 tons, if we need to offload 2 tons at a time, then we actually can do. The other thing is, one thing I was forgetting, where is it? Oh no, where is it? Where have I put my? That's here under the tree. I remember now. Yeah, this has got a 3.5 ton limit, so that actually can be used as a giant shovel. Now, I'm going to try that with this. So really, in essence, again, it's one of those things you don't always think about something being something when you use it for another purpose, but it is a 3.5 ton, and it's very easy to use because it's self-leveling, which is what I loved about it when I first used it on FS19. So yes, I've got to get my head around the fact that I'm using it as a proper shovel again. Yeah. So we have got a 3.5 ton shovel that can be just used for real shoveling stuff and moving stuff off the side of fields and things like that, not as a major thing. Right, so when I get this to third growth stage, we have done everything we need to do. We shift those out of that once we start putting the thing in. Now if we check the sales, because sometimes you can, oh wow, look at that beaut. The Roadrunner hay squeezer. Yeah, I put this in a while back. It's 500 horsepower, and it is actually a... Hang on, is it a wheel loader? Not a wheel loader. It's a... It is a wheel loader. No, I was right. I was going to say, I was just second guessing myself. A wheel loader. I wouldn't pay full price. I wouldn't. I would refuse to pay that. How much is our little Kubota work to swap? Yeah. Do you know? I think we're going to do it. That isn't because I'm not happy with this either. Because we have bought some front loader tools. Suppose we could actually offset that, because there's not much point in having front loader tools for so we could actually, because that was brand new. It will partially pay for this. I think that's a doer. I truly do, because it's got more than one again, multi-purpose. We are can we afford to buy it at the minute? I don't think we could afford not to, really. I think it's not going to cost us that much. We are going to sort of get a lot of it back, not all. I realise there's still an investment bit there, but now we've realised that the energy wasn't selling and we were just getting a ticket from the radio tower. Actually, things won't be too bad. Obviously we need to get the header, we can look out for the sales, and anything in 8.5 and above we could get to begin with, but I'd sooner, well no, if there's one of the sales, like we saw those corn headers but they were normal, then yeah, I would quite happily do that. Right, so well, I did enjoy you, Kubota. You did teach me a lot. Sell for 27,927, and so you for 1,053. So we didn't lose much on that. Right. Now then, let's buy from the sales, Mr. Smith. Imagine, no, you can still get to it from that. It is true. And yeah, we're going to keep it as is. I am. Yeah, if this doesn't work, because it is supposed to be a wheel loader, it really is, so that can also lift bales. So, yeah, and I know we've not got bales. It's mainly for the fact it's a wheel loader, and it's a hefty beast, as you can see. But look at its speed. Hence the Roadrunner hay squeezer. I thought this would make an absolutely fantastic... It's got a pinch bolt at the back. So you can tow things as well. It goes the wrong way, sort of. But yeah, it's worth a shot. 50,000. If it doesn't work out, though, and it's because it's only just been released, then I am literally going to give us the money back because we can't afford to make a mistake. Right. So then, we're almost pretty much. No, actually, we are 20 grand down. That is true. Right. So let's repair this. Now it's supposed to take. Yeah, and it is. Looks like it's got a decent reach as well. Yeah. What is the attacher though? Am I right? Is it a? Let's have a look now. Pinch. Ah, it's not, is it? So how do we attach? Are we going to rely on some sort of adapter? Maybe. So I know it is for dragging things as well. Right, we'll have a quick look. Because I'm quite sure this is quite a newish mod to everybody, but it's also exceptionally fast. So that's what I like about it. Right, repair. I knew it was going to be quite expensive. I don't think there's much customization. Defaults. Yeah, not really. Right, let's have a look in the shop at what... I know I could do it without this, but I'm liking trying to get used to this. Right, so... remember, it is supposed to be wheel loader, but in fact, yeah, let's start in wheel loader equipment, wheel loader tools, because there could be some special things in here, especially for it. But shit, that's the case. Load around better. These, oh no, they're W20. They do say underneath, Mr. Smith. If you look, here we go. Hay squeezer, bale fork, and lizard bale clamp. Okay. So I think is that the only special things for them? Lizard loader. Round bale grip. Storer BM pallet fork. Lizard loader. Refill bucket. 800 lightweight material. 6-tonner. I like the sound of that. I do very much so. And it's only 2,500. I've been usually using the Silgium, the multi-snow buckets. Right, shall we see? Right, what we're going to do is we're going to play it safe. We're going to lease that. And we're going to keep it as is. Lease, so that if we lose anything with this not touching that, then yeah. Now if there's an adapter, I know there used to be adapters for you to convert things so you could drag things around. There might be those, and I might have to do it from now that I may do off camera, but I'm sure this is supposed to use wheel loader thing. So let's see. It looks the right attachment actually, if I'm honest. Yes. Now then. Oh no, yeah, can we get that level right though? Let's have a look. This is the first time I've used this, right? Yeah, backwards, forwards, up and down. Quite fast with that. I think we might. Yeah, that is all there is. Right, okay, smashing. Let's switch that up before everyone shouts at me. So you do drive forward with it. So we've got to try and find if there's some sort of attachment with it, or whether this is a bit of a white elephant that's just going to drive around very fast. But obviously it's really for moving square bales. I mean, that's its main sort of purpose. So can it be used as a shovel, or have I bought a very expensive white elephant, which is quite appropriate that it's white? Let's have a go. Let's see if we can actually use the shovel, or if it is, as I said, that I'm going to give myself the money back. I did say that because I wasn't sure with this being a brand new mod. Now that is to the floor. Now that to me looks like that's not going to work to me. Yeah, it's scooting across the top, isn't it? Where it catches a tiny weeny little bit. Yeah, oh well. You'd have to have a high tip bucket for this to work. So We are going to literally give ourselves the money back. I did say that because yeah, I should have leased, really, would have been the thing to do. And I'm not going to give myself the leasing money back because I really wasn't sure what that would be. But any loss to this, yeah, I know we've got rid of the other thing, but it's because we've not gone baling, it would be the silliest thing to do. Can it be used for anything else though? Using the buckets? Because it is a shame. I mean, I'm being funny, but it would make an absolutely fantastic lorry at that type of speed if you could adapt it. Is there a way to adapt it with all the different adapters? Let's have a look before we... yeah, I suppose it's a mod review per se, isn't it? I do say that. Right, so no wheel loaders. Telehandlers. There's some telehandler adapters. There are some things in miscellaneous, including... yeah, let's have a look. Let's see what there are. Trident tool lifter case. No, that's literally for that. The CS said adapter, which adapts from a vehicle 3 points to telehandler. Purely decorational tanks. No, it's these were the ones. Adapter that aren't compatible, but compatible with what? That would really help me to know what you're on about. FK machinery. I suppose if we look at the rest, I think we saw those in front loaders. So let's carry on. Let's keep on looking for a minute and see. There's the standard 3-point adapter, but that is for a front loader. Transporter. That's the transporters thing. Road scraper. Forwarder. Special forwarder as well. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. Pick up hitch for foragers. 3-point adapter. It's a wheel loader. Aha. Okay, so we've got 3-point adapter to wheel. Oh, but that's the other way around. We want wheel loader to 3-point, don't we? You can't go in reverse. I remember this. I actually thought that once before and bought an adapter that didn't do that. We need a... or does that matter? Transport coupling tandem. Right, okay, let's look at telehandlers. There are adapters in one of these. I know there are. To be used to transport big bags. They're all big bags. Do apologise for this, but yeah, it is levelling bucket for telehandler. Interface. This tool can be used to transport bales. I don't get how. It looks like a 3-point. That's adapter. Front loader implements to telehandlers. For a telehandler. That's the thing you have to remember. It's what it's for. Yeah, because it can't go the other way. I remember I tried to use that in reverse, even going both sides, and that doesn't work at all. So it really should be either a wheel loader adapter, and I can't see there is any adapters. It's like, obviously wheel loaders are normally big, so therefore you don't expect to adapt. Yeah, I think I'm correct. There aren't any adapters. Yeah, that go this way round. Yeah, right, okay, so I am right. So let's look very closely. It's 50 odd grand. I'm not worried about the pennies. Let's go and see what we sell this for. Also bearing in mind that you lose pretty much half of it straight away. I did say this was a punt. I was hoping that we might be able to achieve something a little bit special, but no. So let's have a look. What are we going to lose? 22,000. Right, so... yeah, it is, because of the oddments as well. So, F12. Only because I said, if I hadn't have said this, then 22,000. Obviously, the bad thing is we have lost the deal on the front loader. We have. So that is a bit of a shame, because it was good. But, hey-ho, it is what it is. That's the bad side of the deal, shall we say. That's the thing that you can't go back with. I'm going to say that's the punishment. So now we haven't got any kind of front loader, but we have got that bucket, as I was saying, so I must remember that. So we should sleep till morning, he says as he presses the completely wrong button. And I am gonna keep this one here because actually I will have done more than enough recording to make a proper session. Next session I'm hoping to get some more grass cut and to put some more in. And we will learn a lesson next time. We're going to keep the thing simple. Wow, that's not super duper property income this. Yeah, I find it quite amazing. It sometimes earns super duper in winter, but terrible in the high point. So, although I say that is super duper, it's not always super duper. We did do well from our energy business. Did you know something? We might actually do better than I'm thinking. Oh my life, yeah, but look at the price of it. It is beautiful, but that would pretty much clear us out. And you know, right now we have got better things to. Now that is a cracking price. But yeah, we've already got horses. The horsepower beaten on that with the 260 horsepower John Deere. So there would be no point in wasting money on that. So we've got 158,000 if we. The one thing I'm going to say is I am going to rush us through till third growth stage to this colour here, because there's absolutely nothing we can do, and why not? We won't get any tick up from this. We've got some digestate in. Oh, we will a little. Sorry, there's 4 tons left that it didn't quite process. So we should do this. We're going to do one more cut in this, and I'm going to hope if we do as well from that as we just have done from the energy and that. We've also the digestates. Now there is a new mod that dropped today that I really would like to put in, and I haven't put it in yet. So again, I'm not sure. I was thinking about this, so this is my discussion to yourselves, whether I do actually sort of do a split yard where we have the grass field down here, just keep 29, so it's not ever going to be stupendously massive. But if we cut that sort of 3 times a year and keep that BGA fed, and then if there's any straw from the top fields, we can bring those down as well. Any manure, yes, it is a long way. It is, and I probably no, it is. I've always said that your time is perhaps the most valuable commodity of all. So if I lose a little bit, how much would we get from this? If we speed time up now, we're still going to do 1 cut, but you could still. Yeah, okay, let's sleep till morning. Actually, did we check? Yes, we did. The Taurian? Right, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We've done all of the. We will have this cut no matter what we do, but that doesn't mean to say we couldn't take the grass from this up to the top if we're going to buy a field, is my point. Yeah, it is true. So I could actually sell the BJ right now whilst it's worth more money. Oh, smash it. Oh, 81. Now that was a better tickle. 31,000. That's what I'm saying. It seems better in the winter. Right. Ooh. Can we say no to that? No, we can't. Absolutely not. That is an absolute bargain. So we've almost got we have got a belt system of sorts. We could also, thinking about this, design our belt system better for the top. So we're going to cut this. Are we going to sell? How much is the fields? If we cut the grass, that's going to be 2. I know what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, also though, they've got crops in them, haven't they? What have they got? They have got sunflowers. 25 is the only one we could afford, really. It's some forestry in that as well. Should we go and have a look at that? Because I am closing the session down. So that forest through there is. Oh, but we also get a house. I know technically it's not ours, but imagine, is it? No, it's not actually. It doesn't start with this, it's behind this. So let's leave those people alone. And it's this here, though, is right back to the wire fence over here. Yeah, sorry, it's not wire, but yeah, fence. I was right about the fence. So this is ours. So I suppose what we could do is... Did I say loans were allowed? Oh, that's the edge of the map, Mr. Smith. I don't think you want to be taking anybody to see that. It's a little bit naughty. So sunflowers growing. Now these are soon to be. Isn't it September? October, November, I think. No, I think it's September. No, it's not. I was right. October, November, sunflowers. Now, let's speed time up for the weather so that next session so it's right till 10 o'clock. So let's speed up to get rid of this rain. Yeah, this is definitely the first field we will be doing. So we're going to cut the grass. Are we going to stay the winter and then buy this at the beginning of the year and move? But I think if we're doing that, I think no, because I'm not going to earn any income. See how close the weatherman was. 10 o'clock, it said. Right, okay, 11:30 almost. Right, so smashing. What we're going to do is, I know I don't map teleport normally, and I did. That was very bad of me. It really was, but I just thought it was special. I don't want to spend half a session. Did I check the? Yeah, I did. Terror. When I go day to day. Right, so we're going to cut the grass. Are we going to do as I suggested? Yes, because we've got. It would be too difficult. The one thing I am going to say. I'm tempted to put those new tankers in, see how much they are. The one thing I would like to do though is to test unload speed, because so far I've got to say of all the tankers there's only the Mantrid and the H2 Studio ones that are really quite fast to unload, and when you're unloading, when your business is digestate and selling digestate at the slurry yard, it's important that you can actually offload that quickly. So I'd sooner get the H2 Studios one than I would a new one that's very slow, and I have tried almost all of them now. They're not terrible, but again, if it wasn't important, I'm not bothered, but it is. So this is quite bad, isn't it? On the it is. It's not a very grand. Wow, we've got our environmental score well low. Smashing. So next session we're going to cut the grass, stick it in there, we'll make it into silage. Still very unsure. There should be nothing in that now. Well, there is digestate, isn't there? That's what I was saying. See, what I'm thinking is we've got to spend 50,000 on the slurry yard, which we're not going to get the money back, which is then going to reduce. So, do we sacrifice the digestate, or do we just grab a tanker and buy that now? So I think that's a job for next session, and I hope I remember. So what I'm going to say is I thank you very much for watching. I truly do hope that you are going to stick with me on this journey. Also, comments please. By all means, I am open to suggestions. I think the fields at the top are definitely the best way to go, but what you'd like to see or do, or any ideas you've got for the bit of the direction of the Let's Play, or things you'd like to see, and I will try my best to incorporate it. I truly will. So I'm going to say goodbye for now.